Good morning, Mark, and thank you for agreeing to this interview as part of my Social Digital Apprenticeship. I'm going to ask you a few questions, and I'm going to start with, could you tell us a little bit about yourself and your business?
Sure. I'm Mark Goldfinch. I'm the founder and managing director of 3Deal Limited, which is a digital services company.
Why did you decide to start the business?
So I wanted to build something for the future, and particularly coming back to this country after being in the Middle East for many years, I wanted to create a job not just for myself, but for the many talented people around in my community.
Could you provide me with a description of your business, please?
3Deal is a digital services company and a communications consultancy. We make it easy for people and businesses to use the latest technology and social digital technology to tell their stories and engage their customers and their prospects.
Why did you decide to start a business in this sector?
Well, I'm passionate about three things. Firstly, I believe everybody has a story that deserves to be told, everybody without exception. But a lot of people, they need help to say it, to package it correctly. And that goes for businesses as well as individuals. And also, everybody deserves access to the very best, the latest technology in order to tell those stories and have those stories preserved.
What skills would you say are required for you in your position on a day-to-day basis?
It's an amazing array of skills on a daily basis. So persuasion, adaptability, discipline, just the ability to get up, do the tasks, work through the to-do lists, but also a bit of humility. I don't know everything. You need the skills basically to be able to delegate to other people who know more than you do about certain things.
How did you acquire the background and skills necessary to set up and run this type of business?
I've had a varied life as an Arabic linguist and as a technologist. So over the years, I've developed pretty good communication skills and the ability, I think crucially, to learn, relearn and reinvent according to, I've gone to different countries, I've adopted new technologies, and that's one of the skills that I think I've learnt over the years.
How do you market your business and how do you make people aware of 3Deal?
Well, like every business, I think this is trial and error. As you develop your products and services, as we've developed our products and services, we've looked at the different buyers personae, we've tweaked those, we've looked at email newsletters, which have been very successful. We've looked at social digital, obviously, which is absolutely critical for engagement and for feedback from your customers and from your leads. I still believe in the power of face-to-face. You meet somebody, you have a cup of tea with them, you shake their hand, you talk about the conference. The other 9 engagements after that can be on LinkedIn, they can be via newsletter, they can be on social digital, but 1 in 10 has to be face-to-face in order to start that sort of human relationship off.
Where would you say you see your business in the next year, the next 5 years, and even the next 10 years?
Well, we're a growing business. This year I'm aiming for 2 to 3 staff, and really the key word for 2014-2015 is emergence. I'm aiming for a turnover of at least 30,000. In 5 years I'd like to be Kent's go-to digital communications, content marketing business with 8 to 10 staff and turnover approaching $1 million.
Are there any developments on the horizon, either technological or social, which could affect future opportunities for you and your business?
I did my MA in international security, so I'm a bit worried about cyber warfare, state-sponsored cyber warfare, and also international criminal gangs, especially the sort of cybercrime. So I'm a bit concerned about how the online, the future of the world could be shaped by those. I'm also old enough to remember the millennium bug, so there are all sorts of things that could come around. That's on the downside. On the positive side, however, so many opportunities. So we have 4G coming in, we have wearable devices, we have the Bitcoin revolution, which will utterly transform the way that payments are made on the internet. However, the main thing that this might sound a bit science fiction, but one of the dreams that I have is holograms. So, as you know, I'm passionate about telling stories for businesses, for individuals. I'd love to be able to record my mum and dad, for example, and then if their stories are digitised, if they're filmed, they can be possibly in 100 or 150 years projected on a hologram, and they can actually speak to researchers, historians, or critically, my great-grandchildren, my great-grand-nephews and nieces, and they can engage with them directly, face to face.
I have a final question for you, Mark. What advice would you give someone preparing to enter this field?
Well, it's an interesting question. There are two aspects, I think. There's the mental aspect and the practical aspect. So the mental aspect, for me, boils down in, especially if you're young, take a few risks. Don't necessarily go to university. Don't go along the classic path that's dictated by your careers teachers at school or by standard advice that you get, get a good job, etc. Take a few risks, because the 21st century is all about critical thinking and inventiveness, not about conformity. On a practical level, entrepreneur or not, I think everybody should have basic bookkeeping skills, and they should develop those from a young age.
Okay, thank you very much, Mark, for agreeing to be interviewed this morning and answering all of my questions, and I wish you the very best of luck in the future.
Thank you very much, Cameron. It was a pleasure.